I've had many adventures as a librarian, more than you might suspect. But one in particular stands out as so unusual and remarkable that as I think about it, it seems to be happening again, right now. It's summertime, and as I walk to work through the hot and humid streets of the town, it feels like I'm getting a steam bath. Once inside the library, the cool, quiet air greets me. What a pleasant change the library is from the hot and noisy street. I became a librarian because I enjoy books, and I know a lot of kids who do too.
So many wonderful things to do each day. And
I like reading books. Oh, I like reading books.
A book can take me to distant lands of snow-capped peaks or desert sands. Oh, to spend an evening in my reading nook. 'Cause I like
Morning swim practice must be over because some kids from the city swim team are coming in. Oh, there's my good friend Emily. Her grandfather gave her a wonderful old camera for her 11th birthday, and now she's reading books on photography. And there's Gussie, another kid who is very special to me. Gussie just finished reading a fantasy trilogy, and I heard that while she was reading it, she dragged through several of her swim workouts because she stayed up so late reading the night before. That's the price we pay sometimes when we find a great book to read. Jason over there, who is talking with the girls, doesn't like fantasy books, but he'll read anything in print on jet airplanes. He says that he doesn't enjoy reading about things that he knows could never happen, such as dragons with gigantic wings flying through the air. But jet fighters with huge wings soaring through the sky, now that's more like it. Personally, my taste in reading is different from both Jason's and Gussie's. But that's the wonderful thing about libraries. There are so many kinds of books to choose from. There's something here for all of us. Oh my goodness, what's that huge creature doing here? It's just flown into the room. I think it's a dragon, and it's grabbing up books and stuffing them into its sack. Excuse me, dragon, but those books belong to the library.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Biblio, and I'm from the land of Lexicor. I collect books. I have over 7,000 of them in my cave. I just wanted a few more. I love this one. I'll look at it, but I won't keep it.
Biblio studies the library book. That's strange. He's holding it upside down. Is it possible that he collects books but doesn't know how to read them? He's pointing to the words like he's reading them. Maybe he has the ability to read upside down. Biblio, How many of the books in your cave have you had the chance to read?
Well, I've read all of the, I've read, I've read three, two, I'm a big dragon, but my spirit is sagging, and my tail it ain't wagging, 'cause I cannot read. I've tried for ages to make sense of these pages. I've asked jesters and sages, 'cause I cannot read. Children, they learn, even though they're small. Why can't I learn? It's not fair at all. I'm a big dragon, but my spirit is sagging, and my tail it ain't wagging, 'cause I cannot read. I'm a big dragon, but my learning is lagging. There's no use in bragging, 'cause I cannot read. Children, they learn, even though they're small. Why can't I learn? It's not fair at all. Dragon, but my spirit is sagging. My tail it ain't wagging, 'cause I cannot read. I'm a big dragon, but my learning is lagging. There's no use in bragging, 'cause I cannot read.
The children and I don't think that Biblio really has a problem. We can teach him how to read. There are many wonderful ways to learn, and we can find a method that will work with him.
But I've tried many times before, and I just can't seem to make any progress.
Emily tells Biblio that it took her a very long time to learn to read.
Oh?
And then Allison tells him that she reads all the time to her younger sister. And if Biblio would like to pick out a book, why, she'd be glad to read it to him until he can do that for himself. Sparks of fire then flare from Biblio's mouth.
I'm a full-grown dragon, and I should be reading on my own, not with the help of others.
But Biblio, says Gussie, my parents still read to me sometimes, and I'm an excellent reader.
Really?
Everyone agrees with Gussie that to listen to someone else read a book can be a very special experience.
When I was 1 year old, I'm told I'd love to read on Grandma's lap. I would hold a picture book, the corners tasted good. Then I'd touch a shiny star, turn the page to see a car. I'm older now by far, but I'd go back there if I could. us that way. Read me a book, teacher. Read me a book.
Even though I'm 12 years old, I like it when you read to me. Sure, I know that I can read. I learned when just a kid. Someday I'll have my own child to love and hold upon my knee. And I'll be reading stories to her just the way you did. Read me a book, just sometimes. Read me a book.
Read me a book. Read me a book.
We tell Biblio how exciting it is for us to meet a real dragon. We thought that they only existed between the pages of books.
In books? What do you mean, in books?
We explained to him that there are many books in the library that feature dragons.
Many books?
Many.
Well, I'll let you read to me, but only if you read books about dragons.
The kids then run to find their favorite dragon books. As we gather back around him, Biblio shows us how he breathes out fire. Gary tries to imitate him, but it doesn't work.
You're just trying to be like me. But you know, I'd give up everything, even my dragonness, if I could just learn to read. You're the ones who really have the power.
Biblio, before we do read to you, I'd like to tell you something about these children. I think it might lift your spirits.
Well, okay, I guess I'll listen.
I'll do what I can do. It's not the same as you. I'll move at my own pace. Life is not a race.
Johnny was walking by 10 months old, strutting his stuff and feeling bold. Pete at 10 months was a slow-paced kid. Belly crawling was all he did.
I'll do what I can do. It's not the same as you. I'll move at my own pace. Life is not a race.
It's 10 years later, and there goes Pete. Look at those legs fly down the street. He and Johnny just ran past. How did they learn to run so fast?
I'll do what I can do. It's not the same as you. I'll move at my own pace. Life is not a race.
Rachel was reading at 5 years old. Grown-up words, so I am told. Emily didn't learn till 9. You know what? That's not a crime.
I'll do what I can do. It's not the same as you. I'll move at my own pace. Life is not a race.
Josh has never been a whiz at math. Fractions and decimals are not his path, but he's honest and kind to all of us. When it comes to friendship, his grade's A+.
I'll do what I can do. It's not the same as you. I'll move at my own pace. Life is not a race.
Keith can throw a fast curveball. Gary can't throw very well at all, but Gary can draw and Gary can sing. No one is great at everything.
I'll do what I can do. It's not the same as you. I'll move at my own pace. Life is not a race.
Biblio, you look a little sad. What are you thinking about?
Well, I was thinking that Emily learned to read at the age of 9. And I'm almost 9,000 and I still can't read one word, not even one.
Deli then speaks up. Biblio, you're very hard on yourself. Even if you don't ever learn to read, it's not the end of the world.
Yes, it is. At least it feels that way to me.
Jordan changes the subject. Let's have a book reading party tonight at my house. We can take turns reading to Biblio. It'll be fun.
Great idea.
Jordan then calls home to get permission to invite everyone over. But it doesn't look like his mom is going to say yes. Jordan's brother Toby takes over, pleading with their mom to agree to the party. He's not getting anywhere either. Finally, Sonia, their sister, grabs the phone. Mom, you've just got to say yes. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have a real dragon come to our house. We just can't pass it by. The kids will leave by 8, and Biblio, Toby, Jordan, and I will go to bed very shortly after that. Please, Mom. Sonia smiles, and we know that she's gotten permission. With all the excitement, I hope they don't stay up too late. Jordan and Toby and Sonia have a reputation for being late-night readers, just like Gussie.
Late at night when I'm home in bed, I pull the covers up over my head. Late at night when it's dark outside, I know the perfect place to hide. Now do you think that I'm a crook for sneaking in a few more pages of my book?
Hey, who's got the book about dragons?
Toby and Sonia, get the new book out.
Jordan, Mom will hear you. Mom's gotta think I'm falling asleep, counting lots of little sheep. But as I'm calling, good night, Mom, I'm turning my superpowered flashlight on. Now do you think that I'm a crook for sneaking in a few more pages of my book? In the land of Lexicor lived a mighty dragon named Moriandus.
Hey, he was my friend.
Tomorrow I'll be dragging around, but I just can't put this great book down. What's that noise coming from the hall?
Will you get to sleep now, once and for all?
Now do you think that I'm a crook for sneaking in a few more pages of my book?
Children, you've got swim practice in the morning. Give me those flashlights and go to sleep.
Guess we can read it tomorrow, huh?
Mom's asleep now, so is Dad. The best darn parents a kid could have. Even so, I can't deny that I've got a few more flashlights by my side. Now do you think that I'm a crook for sneaking in a few more pages of my book?
Moriandus was glowing golden, taunting even his good friends with his staring, whirling, orange-red eyes. He was getting ready to fly. The people could scarcely believe their good fortune to be there at that moment. The mighty dragon flung himself skyward. Never had his wings responded so fully to his demands. Never had he flown so high, soaring, veering, gliding. The sun flowed across his body, its rays burning into his eyes as he flew on and ever upwards.
did too.
No, I didn't.
You certainly did. That's why I took your flashlights away from you.
No, I didn't.
Okay, you didn't.
Well, we did. We did.
I'll be honest, I'm tired too. I was up late reading just like you.
Now, do you think that we are crooks for sneaking in a few more, sneaking in a few more, sneaking in a few more pages of our books?
The next day, after lunch, the children stop in with Biblio. What fun they had at the pool this morning after swim practice. Biblio was their diving board and their water slide. 5 or 6 kids at a time climbed up onto him, and Biblio would heave them back into the water with his powerful front legs. And what about the book reading party, I ask? The kids say it was great. Sonia, Toby, and Jordan did stay up a little late after the party reading to Biblio, but their mom was very understanding about it. Did you have a good time, Biblio?
Well, yes and no. Yes, because I heard some wonderful stories about dragons that are friends of mine in Lexicor. And no, because I couldn't read those stories to myself.
The only thing Biblio can think about is that he can't read. Keith asked me to recommend a good sports biography. I know that he likes to read books about baseball stars. I find one for him on the life of Babe Ruth, the famous slugger who set world records for hitting home runs. I tell the children, hoping to make an impression on you-know-who, that Babe Ruth didn't just hit home runs, he also struck out more than 1,000 times during his career.
But I'll bet he could read. I wouldn't mind striking out either if I could just read.
Leah and Julene point to some biographies that they enjoyed reading. And I tell Biblio and the kids about one that I read this year. It was wonderful. It was about a famous woman scientist and her difficult childhood in Poland during the 19th century. After reading it, I signed up to take my first course ever in chemistry. That's what a good biography can do for you.
Biography. Books about real people will always catch my eye. Biography. Famous men and women and how they live their lives. Biography. A good biography makes the character come alive. Biography. I'm browsing down that aisle. Come on over and say hi. Biography. Some will make you laugh and some will make you cry. Biography. You really miss a lot if you pass these books on by. Biography. Books about real people will always catch my eye. Biography. Famous men and women and how they live their lives. Biography. Some will make you laugh and some will make you cry. Biography. You really miss a lot if you pass these books on by. La 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 la
The library is really crowded this afternoon, much more so than usual. I think the word is spreading about Biblio's visit with us. People are curious about him. Here comes some more. There's Kara and Holly, and Josh and Kelly, and their parents. Look at the expression on their faces as they see Biblio for the first time. That's what I probably looked like yesterday when I first saw him. I can feel it coming. Biblio is about to tell us yet one more time how utterly miserable he feels because he can't read. I guess that being here and seeing all these books and all the kids reading them has just been too much for him to take at one time.
I'll never learn to read. I must be very dumb. So lock me in the dungeon where it's cold and gets no sun. All the kids are learning. It's very plain to see. They're a whole lot smarter than dumb old stupid me. I'll never learn to read. That time has passed me by. The letters get the better of me every time I try. Never will I wander, never will I roam through all these glorious pages while sitting right at home. I'll never learn to read. It's hopeless, I confess. I feel that I am destined for a long unhappiness.
All of us feel very sorry that Biblio is so unhappy. Here, Biblio, let me give you a hug.
Thank you for that.
I'm glad Biblio liked my hug. You never know when kids or dragons want to be hugged or not.
You know, now I've got a little something for you. It's the first book I ever tried to read.
Thank you, Biblio. The book appears to be a medical text. The words are enormous. I can hardly pronounce them. Numino ultramicroscopic silica volcaniconiosis? I show the book to the children. They look at it, but they can't read the words either, and none of us know what they mean. Biblio, this is a book that is of use to a doctor, but not to the rest of us. Where did you get it from?
I found that book a long time ago. I saw that it had big, long words, and I thought that a big, long dragon like myself should be able to read big, long words.
Perhaps you will someday, but you can't start out with a book like this one. A long time ago, a wise man from China said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Just one step. But you have to be willing to take the step that's under your feet, and not the step that's 100 miles away. That's just too big a step.
Speaking of steps, I guess I should start my journey back to the forest. I'm actually feeling a lot better than I did before, which is surprising seeing as nothing has changed.
Biblio looks around the library as if it might be the very last time he'll ever see it.
You know, I've made some great new friends here. Thanks a lot for everything. I've always considered books to be the treasures, but your friendship is very special to me as well. You children are really fantastic, even if you are only humans. And librarians? I guess after children, you're my favorite kind of human. There's a person at the library who helps me out a lot. She chooses books just right for me from all the ones she's got. If I ever have a problem, she's as helpful as can be. I'm so glad there are librarians at the library.
All those books she keeps in order on the shelves and in the files. 1,000 circulate each day, that job must take a while. She can quickly find a reference for Madrid or Mozambique.
I'm so glad there are librarians at the library.
She invites us in at Christmas time to make computer cards. In spring she'll bring in birds and snakes not found in our backyards.
She hangs pictures up that kids have made for all of us to see. I'm so glad there are librarians at the library.
In the summertime when days are hot and swimming pools are filled, it's nice to sometimes go inside to where it's cool and still. In the reading nook, the story hour is starting up. It's free.
I'm so glad there are librarians at the library. Oh, of course she is not perfect, but I still have no complaint. In spite of how she frowns at me when I use words like ain't.
And I know sometimes at 5 o'clock she wished she'd left by 3. I'm so glad there are librarians.
We're so glad there are librarians.
Oh, those wonderful librarians at the library.
After listening to Biblio and the children, I am full of emotion. I didn't know that they noticed and appreciated what I did at the library. I won't ever forget the kind words they shared with me. But for now, we must say goodbye to Biblio. Gussie asks him if there is any way she can go with him.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how I did find my way into this world, but it just wouldn't be right to take you back to my dragon world.
The afternoon has flown by. It's already 5 o'clock, the time that the library closes. The children gather up their books. Jason has selected an anthology of dragon stories inspired by his adventures with Biblio. Biblio looks at the white cardboard sign with 6 large black letters on it, the sign that I have just placed in the front window.
Closed.
Biblio, you read the sign.
No, I don't think so. Someone must have said that word first.
No one said it, Biblio. No one except you.
You mean I'm beginning to read?
Yes, you've taken a big step.
Oh, boy, that's great.
Step by step means moving along, a step at a time. Now I'm growing stronger. Ring the bells and sing out the song. I am making progress.
Step by step means moving along, a step at a time. Now I'm growing stronger. Starting slow, then speeding along. Step by step, that's progress. I don't have to be like you.
You don't have to be like me. seed, taking root then up it grows.
Step by step means moving along, a step at a time. Now I'm growing stronger. Ring the bells and sing out the song. I am making progress. Step by step, that's progress. Slow or fast, that's progress. Down and out, that's progress. Step by step, progress.
That ends the story of our adventure with Biblio, the book dragon. Perhaps we'll see him again someday. Perhaps we won't. But the 2 days we did spend with him live on in my memory. Biblio came to us a downcast and defeated dragon. He left feeling triumphant. He learned a lot in the short time that he was with us. But you know something? We learned a lot too.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. I'll try to come back someday.
Step